Howdy, music fans. Thanks so much for joining me today. I thought I'd do a video on some Grateful Dead CDs. When I was a kid, Grateful Dead and the Rolling Stones were probably my two favorite bands, if such a thing can exist, favorite bands. But they were two of my favorite. They were probably my two favorite. So let's get going. First thing I have here is a Roots of the Grateful Dead, The Music Never Stopped. And this is a great collection of originals or close to originals of things that they covered. If you would have told me as a kid that I ever would like country music, I'd have told you you're crazy. Yet I listened to the Rolling Stones, who played lots of country, and Creedence, who played country, and the Grateful Dead, who covered Johnny Cash and Merle Haggard and Marty Robbins. So I didn't know what I was talking about at the time. But anyway, this has Chuck Berry and Merle Haggard and Reverend Gary Davis and Marty Robbins and Bob Dylan and Helen Wolf and Henry Thomas and Buddy Guy and Woody Guthrie, and just lots of great stuff on this. And put out by Shinachie. Nice collection of originals that the Dead have covered, the original versions. And a nice cover, The Music Never Stopped. What a great drawing. It might be, looks like an R. Crumb kind of drawing, but I don't think it is. Okay, next I have their first album, just entitled Grateful Dead. And when I was a kid, boy, did I wear this record out, especially side one. The first side I just loved. The Golden Road, Beat It On Down the Line, another cover. That's a Jesse Fuller song, which I think might be on that Roots thing. And these digipacks put out by Rhino are very nice. They usually have some extras. Cold Rain and Snow, the version of that on this is wonderful. So yeah, I really liked this as a kid. I really wore that first side out. Europe 72, the famous Europe 72. Is this the, yeah, this is the first one. So this is really another Rhino Digipack. Wonderful set. They really do a nice job with these. And they add some bonus tracks. And Europe 72, of course, is 72 is one of their biggest, most famous tours. And yeah, there's a lot of wonderful stuff on this. A lot of wonderful versions. I listened to that a lot as a kid, too. Last summer when I was in Wisconsin visiting my brother, and my folks came out there too, we all had a visit, and I found this, volume 2 of Europe 72, which is kind of new, and it looks like it's a Rhino release, and it's all weird and backwards and upside down, so there's that panel, and then it's also nothing in there, so the packaging is kind of minimal, but it is also a double disc, and there's the back of it, and it's just got lots of stuff from that same tour. And I believe the reviews I've read, they didn't repeat anything from this first disc, which would make sense because it's a companion to the first one. So that's 4 discs from Europe 72, and I know there's of course this big box set of all the shows from Europe 72, which is God knows how much money, but I don't spend that much on the Grateful Dead. I did find this a while back, England 72, Stepping Out with the Grateful Dead. This is one of the Dick's Picks, I think, or something like that. And it's a 4 CD set, and I bought it because it was inexpensive, and I knew I would like it because I like that era a lot, and I like the songs they do and the versions of the songs they do. So that's why I got that. American Beauty, I do not have the Digipack, but that's a wonderful album. Has Box of Rain and Friend of the Devil and Sugar Magnolia and Ripple, one of their greatest songs. And Truckin' is a big one, of course. Till the Morning Comes is great. So yeah, I like that one. That's one of that even mainstream non-Dead fans usually like some songs on that. Working Man's Dead. This was one that I really loved as a kid, and another one that was very country. You know, they did Uncle John's Band and High Time and Dire Wolf. I liked everything on this. Cumberland Blues, New Speedway Boogie, Black Peter, Easy Win, Casey Jones, and then being the Rhino reissue, there's a bunch of bonus tracks on there as well. And then this I got from the library sale for $1. This is Mars Hotel, and I was actually surprised at how much I liked this because as a kid I didn't have this one. It has the original version of China Doll and U.S. Blues, which are wonderful, and these are things that I'd been hearing on live albums for years before that. I'm one of those weirdos that likes their studio albums better than their live or they're better than their live spaced out psychedelic crazy stuff, the jam stuff. So it can be a bit much for me, but I do like them when they rock and roll and when they're more country and when they are concise and play songs. This thing, The Best of the Grateful Dead, a 2-record set on 2 compact discs. I have disc 1 of this, and I think I found this somewhere for $1 or 50 cents, and I thought, what the hell, I'll get it. Even though they didn't have the second disc. Probably a yard sale or something. This one is called Grateful Dead, and at some points I think it's been called Skullfuck. I'm not really sure. It's weird that they have 2 albums called Grateful Dead. This is a live one that, as a kid, I also wore this one out. And this is another Rhino Digipack reissue. Very nice. But this one has Bertha and Mama Try It Again, Big Railroad Blues playing in the band, Me and My Uncle, Big Boss Man, Me and Bobby McGee, Johnny Be Good. When I was a kid, I thought Me and Bobby McGee was a Grateful Dead song until I heard Jerry Lee Lewis do it. And then finally I heard Janis do it. This is another one that I wouldn't have bought. I think I found this the same time I found that Steppin' Out, England 72. This is considered their best show ever or whatever, Cornell 77 or 78 or whatever it is, 77. And I wouldn't have gotten this either unless I could find it at a decent price. So it's $15 for 3 discs, and boy, what a beautiful package and layout. And it's, again, you know, they're mid to late 70s, early to late 70s. It's all pretty great stuff there. And they're doing some trippy stuff, but they're also playing songs, which is what I like. This one, I went to visit my cousin some years back, and he's a Grateful Dead fan. His wife gets him one of these every year for his birthday, and he gave me one. This is Horton Field House in Illinois, April 78. And this, I believe, is one of the Dave's picks. Okay, I guess there's a Dick's picks and a Dave's picks, but these are really nicely packaged as well. And 3-disc set, and I believe there's a booklet. And then my favorite of all time, Dead Reckoning. I think this is one of the greatest albums ever released. It's an acoustic live album. They did have the drummer, but they were playing acoustic guitars, and it's just gorgeous. The versions of the songs and the songs they pick, they do. Elizabeth Cotton's Been All Around This World and Oh Baby Ain't No Lie, or maybe she does just Oh Baby Ain't No Lie. Been All Around This World's an old traditional. Jesse Fuller's Monkey and the Engineer, and lots of great traditionals and lots of great Dead songs on this. And it is fantastic. One of the best albums. That's an album I really wore out as a kid. Bear's Choice. This is another live acoustic album, which is pretty good. I think I just found this for it's $8, but I had it as a kid on vinyl and I liked it, so I got it. Another digipack by Rhino, so some bonus tracks again. But that one's mostly not all acoustic, but it has some acoustic. And this one gets bashed all up and down, all over the place, but I loved it. I had it as a kid on vinyl, and Shakedown Street. It's a little disco-y here and there, a little funky, but I really liked this album as a kid. I had more on vinyl as a kid that I don't have now on CD. This I found I think this was also up in Wisconsin this last summer or somewhere. Yeah, I think that's where it was. Wake Up to Find Out is New York in 1990. It's a 3-disc set. They sold it for $2, and so I couldn't pass that up. And I've listened to maybe all 3 discs already, and I really did like it. It has Branford Marsalis on saxophone. I'm not too big on the Marsalis brothers. I like them as people quite a bit, but I'm not too big on their music. But it's good, and for $2, can't beat that. And this one I had in a video recently. It came in the mail, and it's a little dinged up, and I already showed that, so I won't go through that. But it is a really nice set. And I got it for $13, and it goes for $60 used online. So nice booklet there, and I've listened to every single disc now, so I can report on those. 5 discs in here, and I will say I'm not thrilled with it. I'm happy to have it. I'm glad I have it, but the music was definitely much more of their jammy, spaced out stuff than long. I mean, several of these CDs, maybe 3 or 4 of the 5, are like 6 songs and 75 minutes long. So that's a bit much for me, but I am happy to have it as a part of the collection. And there were some really nice gems on it as well. And then the last thing is not really a Dead album, and I showed this in a Cheap Finds video, but Dedicated. Grateful Dead tribute album, which is just excellent. And I really love the Suzanne Vega. I listened to this after I did the video, and the Suzanne Vega China Doll into Cassidy. Check that out on YouTube if you get a chance. It is wonderful. And there's lots of great stuff on this. Dwight Yoakam's on it, Los Lobos is on it, Dan Baird in a band called the Harshed Mellows. Lots of great stuff on this. So anyway, that is my Grateful Dead collection. So feel free to bring out your dead as well, and subscribe, like, and comment. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks. Have a good day.